everyone, and welcome. I'm Greg Gumbel here with my partner, Clark Kellogg. Coming up on College Hoops Tonight, we'll break down all the big names of the week, as well as tell you where the top recruit in the nation is headed. But let's start off with who we selected for our NCAA Player of the Week.
Number 4, led his squad to a huge win over one of the nation's top teams, and that was a major reason he takes home the award this week.
There was no shortage of excitement on the court in the past few days, so let's take a look at our games of the week. We have a real surprise to show you. Not too many folks expected the result that came from this one, UCLA.
If anyone tells you they had this big, Greg, you know they're lying.
UCLA, we're jockeying for a #1 seed, but this might throw a wrench in those plans. It would be tough to call them a top team after a loss like this. Moore was a man possessed. His 25 points led all scorers. Watching him basically put his teammates on his back and single-handedly carry them to the victory in a big game situation like this was stupendous.
And next up, let's look back on another great contest from the past week. NC State overpowered Texas Tech.
The North Carolina State Wolfpack weren't fazed at all by the hostile crowd. In fact, they seemed to feed off being in the enemy's building and used it to their advantage. I love to see that in a team. That's a sign of a tough-minded squad. North Carolina State played some absolutely stifling defense. They made the guys on the other side work for every basket, and you can see that reflected in the shooting percentage. They never let up on the defensive end. That really took the pressure off the offense and allowed them to dictate the tempo of the game. To me, that was the biggest factor.
There's news off the court as well as on at this time of the year, as the top high school players in the country are signing their letters of intent. The signing of one player made an especially big splash. The Boston College Eagles are already celebrating, and all this is for a player that is yet to set foot on the university's ground.
Leg made up his mind after months of having coaches beating down his door, and everyone involved in that program is whistling on their way to work today.
He made a name for himself while he was playing his high school ball on the East Coast.
He's going to be a very important player for this program, Greg. Not only was he a tremendous player in high school, but he was a tremendous winner as well. You have that mentality with him. When you find a player that has the ability to score and defend as well as he can, with a bulldog attitude to boot, you have a major building block.
That's our show, everyone. For all of us here at 2K Sports Studios, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week on College Hoops Tonight, brought to you by State Farm, the #1 auto insurer.
#1. Next.